Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst
Please be seated. Good afternoon. As chair of the Board of Trustees of Lehigh University, I, Kevin Clayton, on behalf of the board, declare the 2020 and 2021 graduate commencement exercises of Lehigh University to be open. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the president of Lehigh University, John Simon. But before we welcome John to the podium, I want to personally thank him for his leadership over the past 6 years. As many of you know, we will be welcoming a new president soon, and this is President Simon's last commencement. So please join me in welcoming and thanking Lehigh's 14th president, John Simon.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Welcome to the 2020 and 2021 graduate commencement of Lehigh University. On behalf of the entire campus community, I want to welcome all of our guests who are with us today, including the families and friends of our graduates, our speakers, esteemed faculty, and members of the Board of Trustees. We are truly proud to celebrate the master's and doctoral degree graduates from the classes of 2020 and 2021 in person, especially in light of the challenges that we have faced and overcome since March of 2020. I also want to recognize the families of our graduates who have supported their students in the face of tremendous uncertainty and helped them to succeed. Let's take a moment to thank them. Those of you who are receiving your doctoral degree today understand that the intensity of your program, coursework, research, exams, dissertation, creates an especially strong bond between graduate students and their professors. Your faculty mentors and doctoral advisors are here today to celebrate your success. They also deserve recognition and thanks. All of you exhibit the best of the Lehigh spirit, the grit and determination to get the job done that is a hallmark of our great university. Graduates, you have not only mastered the rigors of advanced academia, you have done so successfully during a global pandemic. One day, when you're my age, it will be a story to tell younger generations. I'm proud and happy to wish you all much success as you continue your careers. It is now my honor to begin these exercises by introducing our graduate student speaker for the class of 2020, Nick Ungson, who earned his doctorate degree in psychology in December of 2019. A native of Orlando, Florida, Nick earned both a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology and a Bachelor of Arts degree in religion from the University of Florida. He received a Master's of Arts degree in psychology from New York University before coming to Lehigh to do research with psychology professor Dominic Packer. Here he earned a Master's of Science degree in psychology in 2015 before beginning his doctoral studies. Nick received the Stroll Graduate Summer Research Fellowship in 2014 and the Forum Student Research Grant in 2015. He received the Alumni Association Graduate Student Merit Award in 2018, as well as the Graduate Life Leadership and Graduate Student Senate Champion Awards. Nick served in many leadership roles at Lehigh, including as a member of several committees of the Dean's Advisory Council for the College of Arts and Sciences. He was president of the Graduate Student Senate, a role that he says allowed him to make friends all over campus. Nick says one of the highlights of his Lehigh experience was teaching several classes in the psychology department. Since graduating in 2019, Nick has worked as a visiting assistant professor at Albright College and a visiting research fellow at Lehigh, and he will begin a new job this fall as assistant professor of psychology at Susquehanna University. Nick says his career aspirations in academia are to conduct important research on the nature of social life and how to improve interactions between people and groups. Please join me in welcoming our 2020 graduate student speaker, Nick Ungson.
Thank you for that introduction, President Simon. Graduates of 2020 and 2021, it's really a big honor for me to be able to speak with you today. You don't need me to tell you that the past year has been incredibly difficult, not just for graduate students, not just for the Lehigh community, not just for Americans. The past year has been backbreaking and grueling for the entire world. This pandemic has killed more than 3 million people around the world. And as we start that long journey back to normal, whatever that means, there's something that does give me hope, and it's all of you. You have persevered. You have shown incredible strength in the face of this crisis, designing studies, conducting analyses, writing dissertation chapters, completing internships, presenting your work at virtual conferences, and much, much more. And that's what gives me hope. I'm a psychologist. I'm not a theoretical physicist, but even I know we can't travel back in time to change the past. And even if we could, I've seen enough sci-fi to know that would probably be a terrible, terrible idea. So we can't change the past. But I'm hopeful because we have the tools to mold the future, the skills to build a world that protects its most vulnerable, the courage to ask those important questions. What does it mean to be a good person? What does it mean to look out for one another? And how do we create a society in which we all feel supported and safe enough to thrive and live our best lives? I was fortunate to meet so many of you as a former graduate student and president of the Graduate Student Senate. And although there are tons of you that I haven't had a chance to meet, I know that we can draw upon the strength and tenacity that brought us to this moment right here and move forward with hope and creativity, with empathy and compassion, to make sure that the normal that we're fighting so hard to get back to is one that we can be proud of. So class of 2020 and 2021, congratulations. Be proud, be brave, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Congratulations, and we wish you great success at Susquehanna. Now I would like to introduce our graduate student speaker for the class of 2021, Joydeep Munshi, who earned his doctorate degree in mechanical engineering in September of 2020. A native of Kolkata, India, Joydeep earned his Bachelor's of Technology degree in electronics and instrumentation from West Bengal University of Technology, and his Master of Engineering degree in nuclear engineering from Joydeep University. He came to Lehigh because of its excellent reputation in mechanical and material science engineering. Recognizing Joydeep's scholarly potential, Lehigh awarded him a Rossin Doctoral Fellowship. He was given the prestigious National Science Foundation Intern Award to apply his research and development expertise in the industry. As a research assistant in Ganesh Balasubramanian's lab at Lehigh, Joydeep's research leveraged computational modeling of materials used in organic photovoltaic technology, a promising means of converting solar energy to electricity. His work helped to improve microstructure design of active layers of organic solar cells with improved efficiency and enhanced device stability for device longevity. Joydeep published more than 10 scholarly articles in various journals. After defending his dissertation, Joydeep accepted a position as a postdoctoral researcher at Argonne National Labs. He is currently working at the Center for Nanoscale Materials to help electron and X-ray microscopists understand images using machine learning to design artificial intelligence models which will improve experimental parameters for energy systems such as solar and battery materials. Please join me in welcoming our 2021 graduate student speaker, Joydeep Munshi.
Thank you. Thank you very much, President Simon, for the humble introduction. Hello, and a very good afternoon to the class of 2020-2021, faculty, friends, and family members. And now, a great congratulations to all my fellow graduates. It is a time to celebrate. So let's put a round of applause for all of us. My name is Joydeep Munshi, and I am extremely honored and humbled to President Simon, Dean Professor Deworth, Mechanical Engineering Chair Professor Harlow, and all mechanical engineering faculty members for giving me the opportunity to represent the class of 2021 graduate students. I'd sincerely like to thank Professor Ganesh Balasubramanian. He has been not only a great motivator during my PhD, but he has been a great mentor to me in my career and in my life. I'd also like to thank my wife, Bishmita, who has always believed in me and supported me through all my hardships during the PhD. Commencements and doctoral holding ceremony are an auspicious occasion. Usually, parents and family members join us on these days. I'm extremely delighted to have my wife, my cousins, and her families, my Lehigh friends with me today. Unfortunately, our parents could not be here today due to the ongoing pandemic and surging COVID-19 crisis back in India. I'm sure this must be the situation for many of us here today. I empathize for all of them, and I sincerely hope that India as a country shall recover soon, defeating the pandemic. I'd sincerely like to send thanks to my parents, my in-laws, and all other family members who have been supporting me from thousands of miles away. Additionally, I would like to especially thank Lehigh University for broadcasting this event globally to share these joyous moments with all of our parents and family members. I remembered my first day in the US when I arrived at Chicago Airport and heading towards Iowa State University. Within the first few days of my stay at Iowa, I was transferred to Lehigh University, where my professor had been recently joined as an assistant professor. It was hard at the beginning to move back and forth between two different time zones. But knowing that the life and this transition could be hard, I was all prepared, befriending the life in Lehigh University. My first year at Lehigh, especially first few months, had been the hardest time in my life. I was easily overwhelmed with everything happening during this time, starting from dealing with the cultural gaps and geographical and environmental barriers. I started my research from the very first year of my PhD. Being the only student of my advisor at Lehigh, I was initially intimidated by the overwhelming coursework and the research work I was doing. But after a while, I started thoroughly enjoying the research and the collaborations with different universities across the US. Within a year, we were able to build our lab, a group of interfacial and nanoengineering. As my advisor always says, to achieve something path-breaking, first we shall be building the path slowly and efficiently. This constant motivation and the passion of exploring new challenges enabled me to achieve the accomplishments I have never dreamed of. With all that said, I would like to motivate all the graduates and the students who dream of contributing to the society with a few lines by the great Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear, the head is held high. Where the knowledge is free, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Thank you, and stay safe.
Thank you, Joydeep. Congratulations, and we wish you continued success at Argonne. We now come to the primary reason that we are here, the recognition of those who received degrees in 2020 and the conferring of degrees earned during the past academic year. All degrees conferred today are awarded upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Lehigh University. Will Nathan Urban, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, please come to the podium?
We will recognize each graduate by reading their name. The doctoral graduates will be hooded by their advisors. We respectfully request that all graduates and candidates remain in their seats until called upon and return to their seats after being individually recognized. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. I now recognize Robert Flowers, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
I will now present the graduates and candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences. Will the 2020 graduates with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you for having been confirmed the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. Will the 2021 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization, and upon recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. I will now present the graduates and candidates for master's degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Will the 2020 graduates with the degrees of Master of Arts and Master of Science please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you on having been confirmed the degree of Masters of Arts or Masters of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 master's degree graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. Will the 2021 candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts and Master of Science in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for graduation and upon recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees is presented to you to receive the Master of Arts or Master of Science.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Arts or Master of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 Master of Arts and Master of Science graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. The ushers will now invite the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences forward to be individually recognized. Shaswati Bhattacharya and Dr. Ayaveen, please come forward. Shaswati Bhattacharya earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Cell and Molecular Biology. The title of Shaswati's dissertation is Characterization of Simplet Signaling During Joint Morphogenesis in Zebrafish Danio. Shaswati will be hooded by Kathy Ayaveen. Christopher Thomas Brockman and Dr. Simon, please come forward. Christopher Brockman earned a Doctor of Philosophy in History. The title of Christopher's dissertation is Building a Coalition by the Fireside, FDR, the American People, and the Radio. Christopher will be hooded by Roger Simon. Christopher Brian Campbell and Dr. Smith, please come forward. Christopher Campbell earned a Doctor of Philosophy in History. The title of Christopher's dissertation is Binary Freedom, Free Software, the Internet, and Activism in the Digital Age. Christopher will be hooded by John Smith. Brett William Gershman and Dr. Ware, please come forward. Brett Gershman earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Cell and Molecular Biology. The title of Brett's dissertation is Exploring Developmental Roles of the ERPL22 Family of Ribosomal Protein Paralogs, Roles of ERPL22-like tissue-specific expression in Drosophila melanogaster eye development. Brett will be hooded by Vasi Ware. Michael Zavalrin and Dr. Smith, please come forward. Michael Zavalrin earned a Doctor of Philosophy in History. The title of Michael's dissertation is The Bad War in American Memory, America's War in Vietnam. Michael will be hooded by John Smith. Mariah Chambers Hoskins and Dr. Meltzer, please come forward. Mariah Chambers Hoskins earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Earth and Environmental Sciences. The title of Mariah's dissertation is Multiscale Analysis of Post-Seismic Deformation and Structure in North Ecuador Subduction Zone. Mariah will be hooded by Ann Meltzer. Rachel Anna Hefner-Burns and Dr. Whitley, please come forward. Rachel Hefner-Burns earned a Doctor of Philosophy in English. The title of Rachel's dissertation is Not an Echoed Voice, No, Their Own Voice, the Echo of Religious Influence in the Whitman Poetic Tradition. Rachel will be hooded by Edward Whitley. Eric Ryan Kaiser and Dr. Kim, please come forward. Eric Kaiser earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Physics. The title of Eric's dissertation is Strong Shock Heating of Nanoparticle-Laden Gas by a Novel Cryogenic Diaphragmless Shock Tube. Eric will be hooded by Young Kim. Lashaka Jones and Dr. Berger, please come forward. Lashaka Jones earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Biology. The title of Ashaka's dissertation is The Role of Peripheral Organization on the Development of Tonotopic Specialization in the Cochlear Nucleus, Nucleus magnocelarius. This dissertation is being recognized by the Stout Dissertation Award. The Ashaka will be hooded by Michael Berger. George Magambi Ongwai and Dr. Thevenin, please come forward. George Ongwai earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. The title of George's dissertation is Leveraging Nature's Bacterial Surface Homing Molecules to Combat Pathogens. George will be hooded by Damian Thevenin. Samaya Kakpash and Dr. Pepper, please come forward. Samaya Kakpash earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Physics. The title of Samaya's dissertation is Fast Methods for Characterizing and Classifying Microlensing Light Curves. Samaya will be hooded by Joshua Pepper. Chung Shen and Dr. O Yang, please come forward. Chung Shen earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Physics. The title of Chung's dissertation is Experimental Study of Single Particle Dynamics and Many Particles Clustering of Induced Charge Electrophoresis Driven by Metallic Janus Particles. Chung will be hooded by Daniel O. Young. Iona Scully and Dr. Hupbach, please come forward. Iona Scully earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology. The title of Iona's dissertation is Can Implicit and Explicit Attitudes Be Changed Through Memory Modification? Iona will be hooded by Alma Hupbach. Jonathan Michael Stelling and Dr. Bebout, please come forward. Jonathan Stelling earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Earth and Environmental Sciences. The title of Jonathan's dissertation is Climatic Topographic Influence on the Dynamics of Peat-Forming Ecosystems and Implications for Paleo-Environmental Reconstructions in the Antarctic Peninsula and Patagonia. Jonathan will be hooded by Gray Bebout. Rachel Alexandra Angle and Dr. Nahar, please come forward. Rachel Angle earned a Doctor of Philosophy in History. The title of Rachel's dissertation is America's First Band of Brothers, Friendship and Camaraderie Within the Continental Army During the Revolutionary Era. Rachel will be hooded by Monica Nahar. Caitlin Zulakowski and Dr. Skibbins, please come forward. Caitlin Zulakowski earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Cell and Molecular Biology. The title of Caitlin's dissertation is PCNA Exhibits Contrasting Roles in Cohesion Function at the DNA Replication Fork. Caitlin will be hooded by Robert Skibbins. Nick D'Angelo Ungson and Dr. Packer, please come forward. Nick Ungson earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology. The title of Nick's dissertation is From Joke to Woke, The Effect of Humor on Dissent and Receptivity to In-Group Criticism. Nick will be hooded by Dominic Packer.
Carolyn Bartolovich, please join Dean Flowers on the podium. Caroline Bartolovich earned a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Chemistry. The title of Caroline's dissertation is The Role of Proton-Coupled Electron Transfer in Reductions Mediated by Low-Valence Samarium and Coordinated Protein Donors. Carolyn will be hooded by Robert Flowers.
The following graduates are receiving a master's level degree. Madis Motorisi.
Kelsey Reed Elliott.
Dana Michelle Teach.
Hannah Grace Cooper. Tiffany Margot Bauman. Claudia Rose Hanover.
Willow R. Reichard Flynn.
Ethan
Hayden Marinelle O'Rourke. Frank Joseph Teddo.
Maya Horniak. Sarah Jane Johnson.
Colleen Marie Shea.
Bernadette Teresa Devaney.
Paige Leanne Pagan.
Elizabeth Jane Dobson.
Ashley Lauren Simon. Molly Elizabeth Porter. Daniel Edward Rossler.
Nadine Emily Clopton. Riley Stephen Hughes. Emma Ray Lewis. Alicia Marissy Cruz. Kathleen Judith Foley.
Robert Ryan Schmidt.
Allison Eberhart Williams.
Victoria Rose McCulley.
I now recognize Georgette Chapman Phillips, the Kevin L. Clayton and Lisa A. Clayton Dean of the College of Business.
I will now present the graduates and candidates from the College of Business. Will the 2020 graduates with a degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Business please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate you on having been conferred the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. Will the 2021 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Business please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization, and upon recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees, is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. I will now present the recipients of the master's degree in the College of Business. Will the 2020 graduates with the degrees of Masters of Business Administration, Master of Science in Management, Master of Science in Applied Economics, and Master of Science in Accounting and Information Analytics, please rise. President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you for having been conferred the degree Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Management, Master of Science in Applied Economics, or Master of Science in Accounting and Information Analysis, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 master's degree graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. Will the 2021 candidates for the degrees of Masters of Business Administration, Masters of Science in Management, and Masters of Science in Applied Economics, and Master of Science in Accounting and Information Analysis, please rise. President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization, and upon recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees, is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Management, Master of Science in Applied Economics, or Master of Science in Accounting and Information Analysis, with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 master degree candidates with our hearty congratulations and applause. The ushers will now invite the graduates of the College of Business forward to be individually recognized. Will Amy Ehanumen Erame Onkele and Dr. Chu please come forward? Amy Eramehen Onkele earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. The title of Amy's dissertation is Impact of Price, Income, and Externalities on the Incentives for Healthcare Providers and Patient Behaviors. Amy will be hooded by Xin-Yi Chu. Will Wei Fu and Dr. Chu please come forward? Wei Fu earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. The title of Wei's dissertation is NIH Grants Expansion, Ancestral Diversity, and Scientific Discovery and Genetic Research. This dissertation is being recognized by the Stout Dissertation Award. Wei will be hooded by Xin-Yi Chu. Will Ji-Lun Liu and Dr. Chu please come forward? Ji-Lun Liu earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. The title of Ji-Lun's dissertation is The Effects of Public Policy on Long-Term Well-Being and Market Responses. Xin Liu will be hooded by Xin-Yi Chu.
The following graduates are receiving a master's level degree.
Nicole Marie Ammerling.
Nicole H. Scheck. Florence Marlene Ogalo.
Elizabeth Madsen Danyi. Suketu Bhatt. Ivana Bobaric. Theanis P. Almonte Maloon. Eric James Lawati.
Maddie Shaw Patino. Stephen Robert Penterson. Camila Victoria Velez.
Spencer John Alvin Jones.
Holly Darren Rubloff. Stephen Robert Penterson.
Olivia Megan Fitzgerald.
Syed Hedden Quadri.
Courtney Ann Jardina.
David A. Mercurio.
Madison A. Horn. Ruben David De La Cruz.
Stephen Robert Penterson.
Diana Catherine Jolly.
Joan Elizabeth McCarthy. Fernando Molina.
Shailesh Pradeep Gangoli. Edward Nicholas Bow. Edward Sean Dadig.
Amina Nayak.
Parker Tillman Bass.
Jessica Ann Morrissey.
Gordon Nicholas Gorab. Megan J. LaGuardia.
Rose Lee Morrissey. Dylan Lee Perez. Eleanor Garmisa Pinchbeck.
Nathan B. Lamb.
Nugu Iminova.
Macy Leah Ledvinka.
Sangeeta Prabhu.
Alexandra Nicole Bastian. Charles Collison Long. Matthew Patrick Gray.
Jeffrey Kirschenbaum.
Philip Stephen Schwartz II. Raymond Alexander Tidievsky.
Joshua Thomas Anderson. Alexander Matthew Baker. Vivek Harikrishnan.
Trevor J. Watlington.
Stephanie Francis Cook. Thomas W. DeMarco. Alexandra Bradford. Hirokazu Horio. Xianji Chen.
Brian Peter Polizzi.
Nellie Yen.
Melissa Colas. Bakut Beshimov. Daniel Joseph Lazinski, Jr. Jennifer Marie Baxter. Alec Dean Koski.
Ravi Ramadas. Yifei Shen. Robert Adam Pierce.
Robert Wilson Hurst.
Bard O. Rafaelova. Max William Gillis Sheps. Catherine Elizabeth McGannon.
Marley Amanda Cohen.
Christine Ann Phelan. Katrina Nicole Ruggiero.
Caitlin Ann Custis. Thelbert Bernard Cornish III.
Zachary Adam Port.
Nicholas John Farrow.
Madison Catherine Metzger.
Lawrence Anthony Holman III.
Alexander Gage.
Lee Renee Ehrlich.
Noah Okech Ongoro. Garrett Reed Rosenboom.
Hunter Reed Askenase. Jordan Elizabeth Groon. Kelly Anna Barrett.
Audrey Elon Schimmel. Seth Shahar. David Can Sullivan. Samuel Rue.
I now recognize William Godelli, Dean of the College of Education.
I will now present the graduates and candidates for the College of Education. Will the 2020 graduates with the degree of Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate you on having been confirmed the degree of Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 Doctors of Education and Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. That was indeed hearty. Please be seated. Will the 2021 candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization and upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 Doctors of Education and Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. I will now present the recipients of the Educational Specialist and Master's degrees in the College of Education. Will the 2020 recipients of the degrees of Educational Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Education, and Master of Science please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for Educational Specialist or the Master's degree in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you for having been conferred the degree of Educational Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 Educational Specialist and Master's degree recipients with our hearty congratulations and applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Will the 2021 candidates for the degree of Educational Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Education, and Master of Science please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for Educational Specialist or the Master's degree in a field of specialization, and upon recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Educational Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Education, or Master of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 Educational Specialist and Master's degree recipients with our hearty congratulations and applause. The ushers will now bring the graduates for the College of Education forward to be individually recognized. Christine Abraham and Dr. Liang, please come forward. Christine Abraham earned a Doctoral of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Christine's dissertation is Health-Related Quality of Life 1 Year After Traumatic Orthopedic Surgery, an examination of pain self-efficacy, pain intensity, and opioid dosage. Christine will be hooded by Chris Liang. Elizabeth Cook Babin and Dr. Hochbein, please come forward. Elizabeth Babin earned a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. The title of Elizabeth's dissertation is Examination of the Effects of a Tier 2 Model School Mathematics Intervention on Academically at-Risk Students. Elizabeth will be hooded by Craig Hochbein. Louis Anthony Rivera and Dr. Liang, please come forward. Louis Rivera earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Louis's dissertation is Military Sexual Trauma, Exploring the Moderating Role of Restrictive Emotionality and Adverse Childhood Experiences Among Male Veterans. This dissertation is being recognized by the 2020 Stout Dissertation Award. Louis will be hooded by Christopher Liang. Congratulations. Sarah Vanderbeek and Dr. Hochbein, please come forward. Sarah Vanderbeek earned a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. The title of Sarah's dissertation is The Content and Configuration of Principal Time Use During the Summer and Fall. Sarah will be hooded by Craig Hochbein. Gabrielle Helen Roccino and Dr. Liang, please come forward. Gabrielle Roccino earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Gabrielle's dissertation is School Climate, Teachers' Attitudes, and Their Intended Anti-Bullying Intervention Strategies, the Role of Teacher Stress. Gabrielle will be hooded by Christopher Liang. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Molly Daphner Deming and Dr. Dupal, please come forward. Molly Daphner Deming earned a Doctor of Philosophy in School Psychology. The title of Molly's dissertation is From Orientation to Graduation, Predictors of Academic Success and Retention for College Freshmen with ADHD. Molly will be hooded by George Dupal. Hannah Bashian and Dr. Kasky, please come forward. Hannah Bashian earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Hannah's dissertation is The Role of Aging Anxiety, Ageism, and Health Locus of Control on Middle-Aged Adults' Health Outcomes and Health Behaviors. Hannah will be hooded by Grace Kasky. Congratulations. Eliza Ruth Jaffe, Sass, and Dr. Dupal, please come forward. Eliza Jaffe Sass earned a Doctor of Philosophy in School Psychology. The title of Eliza's dissertation is Validation of a Modified Experience Sampling Methodology to Assess Academic Impairment in College Students with ADHD. Eliza will be hooded by George Dupal. Pega Eftukarzada and Dr. Kasky, please come forward. Pega Eftukarzada earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Pega's dissertation is Coping, Ethnic Discrimination and Depression in the Middle Eastern American Community, an Examination of Gender Differences. Pega will be hooded by Grace Kasky. Congratulations. Jessie Pillard Findora and Dr. Hammond, please come forward. Jessie earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching, Learning, and Technology. The title of Jessie's dissertation is The Impact of Interracial Literacy Fiction on Intergroup Empathy, a Mixed Method Study of White High School Students. Jessie will be hooded by Tom Hammond. William Joseph Farina Jr. and Dr. Bodson, please come forward. William Farina earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching, Learning, and Technology. The title of William's dissertation is The Effectiveness of an Online College Chemistry Unit Utilizing a Modified Knowledge Integration Instructional Design Framework. William will be hooded by Al Bodson. Suzanne McAllister and Dr. McAllister, please come forward. Suzanne McAllister earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative and International Education. The title of Suzanne's dissertation is The Effects of Collective Efficacy and Teacher Collaboration on Student Achievement, a Cross-National Analysis using TIMSS 2015. Suzanne will be hooded by her father, William McAllister. Congratulations. Emily Kate Gallagher McEnany and Dr. Dever, please come forward. Emily Gallagher McEnany earned a degree of philosophy in school psychology. The title of Emily's dissertation is Longitudinal Trajectories of Students with Emotional and Behavioral Disorders in an Alternative Positive Behavior Intervention and Support Setting. Emily will be hooded by Bridget Dever. Congratulations. Roseanne Maria Perkins and Dr. Sawyer, please come forward. Roseanne Perkins earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching, Learning, and Technology. The title of Roseanne's dissertation is Knowledge, Practice, and Self-Efficacy of Public Library Storytime Providers, a Mixed Methods Study. Roseanne will be hooded by Brooke Sawyer. Congratulations. Christine Fletcher Stack and Dr. Dever, please come forward. Kristen Stack earned a Doctor of Philosophy in School Psychology. The title of Kristen's dissertation is The Role of School and National Context in Predicting Student Motivation in STEM. Kristen will be hooded by Bridget Dever. Stephanie Ziegmont and Dr. Sawyer, please come forward. Stephanie Ziegmont earned a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. The title of Stephanie's dissertation is Career Education Impact on Students' Career Knowledge, Confidence, and Influences. Stephanie will be hooded by Brooke Sawyer. Amanda Marie Thomas and Dr. Kern, please come forward. Amanda Thomas earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Special Education. The title of Amanda's dissertation is Examining the Impact of a Peer-Mediated Intervention on Decreasing Inappropriate Communication Acts in Adolescents with Autism. Amanda will be hooded by Lee Kern. Congratulations. Nina Elizabeth Ventresco and Dr. Mans, please come forward. Nina Ventresco earned a Doctor of Philosophy in School Psychology. The title of Nina's dissertation is Social Validation of the Classroom Checkup PBIS Coaching Model. Nina will be hooded by Patty Mans. Sheree Denise Hunter and Dr. Woodhouse, please come forward. Sheree Hunter earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Sheree's dissertation is Navigating Colorism, a qualitative analysis examining how African American mothers manage their own children and their child's experience of colorism. Sheree will be hooded by Susan Woodhouse. Congratulations. Laura Emily Wallace and Dr. Mans, please come forward. Laura Wallace earned a Doctor of Philosophy in School Psychology. The title of Laura's dissertation is Addressing the Needs of Infants and Toddlers Exposed to Maltreatment, Examining the Impact of an Integrated Early Head Start and Children Youth Service Program. Laura will be hooded by Patty Mans. Congratulations. Mino Vogue and Dr. Woodhouse, please come forward. Mino Vogue earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. The title of Mino's dissertation is Secure Base Script Knowledge and Vagal Regulations as Predictors of Maternal Sensitivity to Distress. Mino will be hooded by Susan Woodhouse. Congratulations. Patrick O'Kane and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Patrick O'Kane earned a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. The title of Patrick's dissertation is Playing the Game, an examination of student athletes in season and out of season achievement. Patrick will be hooded by Alan Snyder. Congratulations.
The following graduates are receiving an educational specialist or master's level degree. Devin Trumaine Dobson. Christopher Allen Herrera.
Elise N. Onjak. Amila Ubalo. Deborah Marie Snow. Catherine Elizabeth Searock. Tavon Stanley. Claire Elise Smith.
Lauren Elizabeth Sakali Smith.
Jenna Marie Miller.
Amy Joy Johnson. Amber Lee Hutchinson. Tamara Rita Kloss.
Ania Tamasian.
Morgan Ann Dell.
Kathleen Marie Mangold. Juliana Rulin Stellato. Elena Zervos.
Misha M. Fell.
Caitlin Marie McNally. Sharon Christine Rubart.
Saida Amadi.
David Lawrence Rue Jr.
Amalia del Carmen Garcia Santiago.
Taylor Timothy Moss.
Jessica Lynn Hergenrother. Denise Renee Campion. Taylor Marie Bennett.
Mark Eric Weiss. Stephanie Marcella Tishless.
Richard McCool Googe. Elisette Conwell.
William Weirs.
Brittany Ann Baumeister. Jordan Lee Gutai. Chloe Nicole Hofnagel. Lydia Hess. Jessica E. Burton.
Zinnia Volkova. Emily Pfeiffer. Shinar Tostubaeba.
Cesar Alberto Cordova Collao.
Sarah Mulder.
Caitlin Ashley Jakowski. Jasmine Christina Cora. Leslie Jean Donegan.
Alexandra Lee Surson.
Sabrina Gillet Carroll.
Ryan Matthew Truman.
Kevin Sean Lindeman.
Gabriela Itzel Montez. Anthony James Pond.
Nikayla Kristen Bigay.
Mira Meenakshi Manjakatuvalaso Swathanthira.
Yoon Yoon Gu.
Brittany Elizabeth Christensen.
Noel S. Hightower.
Emma Yinghua Zachary.
Gabrielle Asacia Holland. Stephanie Marie Kurlak. Ashley Melissa Karoff. Alicia M. Cruz. Jacqueline Rose Hyam.
Bridget Catherine Rosendale. Paxton Murphy. Francisco Jesus Mendez.
Evangelia Hiotis.
Nicole Lynn Talk. Megan E. Rander.
Jenna Marie Figliano.
I now recognize Stephen Dorth, Dean of the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. I will now present the graduates and candidates for the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science. Will the 2020 graduates with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you for having been conferred the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. Will the 2021 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in a field of specialization and, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by a vote of the Board of Trustees, is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 Doctors of Philosophy with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. I will now present the graduates with master's degrees in the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science. Will the 2020 graduates with the degrees of Master of Engineering or Masters of Science please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you for having been conferred the degree of Master of Engineering or Master of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 master's degree graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. Please be seated. I will now present the 2021 candidates for master's degrees in the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering and Master of Science please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Engineering or Master of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 master's degree graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. The ushers will now invite the graduates from the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science forward to be individually recognized. Emre Akaz and Dr. Morid, please come forward. Emre Akaz earned the Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Emre's dissertation is Enhancing the Efficiency of Bio-Inspired Unsteady Propulsion via Intermittent Swimming. Emre will be hooded by Keith Morid. Yi-Chung Chen and Dr. Blum, please come forward. Yi-Chung Chen earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering. The title of Yi-Chung's dissertation is Ordered Transmissions, Estimation, and Parameter Learning. Yi-Chung will be hooded by Rick Blum. Denise Aslan-Gil and Dr. Banerjee, please come forward. Denise Aslan-Gil earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Denise's dissertation is Dynamics of Buoyancy-Driven Variable Density Non-Boysonesque Turbulence. Denise will be hooded by Arindam Banerjee. Jake Bailey Perizone and Dr. Blum, please come forward. Jake Perizone earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering. The title of Jake's dissertation is Key-Based Authentication at the Physical Layer. Jake will be hooded by Rick Blum. Rinash Polavarpu and Dr. Banerjee, please come forward. Rinash Polavarpu earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Rinash's dissertation is On Raleigh-Taylor Instability Experiments in Accelerated Elastic Plastic Slabs. Rinash will be hooded by Arindam Banerjee. Unanth Narayan Sumadurala and Dr. Blum, please come forward. Unanth Narayan Sumadurala earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering. The title of Unanth's dissertation is Sensor Networks, Security, and Resilience. Unanth Narayan will be hooded by Rick Blum. Rahul Rajendran and Dr. Banerjee, please come forward. Rahul Rajendran earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Rahul's dissertation is Mucus Clearance and Drug Delivery in Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Airways. Rahul will be hooded by Arindam Banerjee. And Erin Jenna Barrick and Dr. DuPont, please come forward. Erin Barrick earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Materials Science and Engineering. The title of Erin's dissertation is Fundamental Studies of Phase Transformation and Mechanical Properties of 10% Nickel-Steel Weld Metal Fusion Zones. Erin will be hooded by John DuPont. Ashwin Vinod and Dr. Banerjee, please come forward. Ashwin Vinod earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Ashwin's dissertation is On the Performance and Near-Wake Characteristics of a Tidal Stream Turbine Under Tunable Turbulent Inflows. Ashwin will be hooded by Arindam Banerjee. Rishi Kant and Dr. DuPont, please come forward. Rishi Kant earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Materials Science and Engineering. The title of Rishi's dissertation is Evolution of Microstructure and Mechanical Properties in Iron Manganese Aluminum Steel Welds. Rishi will be hooded by John DuPont. Vasilios Christou and Dr. Bikini, please come forward. Vasilios Christou earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Structural Engineering. The title of Vasilios' dissertation is Advanced Simulation of Uncertain Quantities in Civil Engineering with Applications to Regional Hazards. Vasilios will be hooded by Paolo Bacchini. Sean Michael Orzalek and Dr. DuPont, please come forward. Sean Orzalek earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Materials Science and Engineering. The title of Sean's dissertation is Influence of Composition on the Solidification, Microstructure, and Mechanical Properties of HPNB Austenitic Stainless Steels. Sean will be hooded by John DuPont. Liang Ma and Dr. Bikini, please come forward. Liang Ma earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Structural Engineering. The title of Liang's dissertation is Multiscale Methodologies for Probabilistic Assessment of Structural and Functional Performance of Power Transmission Systems Under Hurricanes. Liang will be hooded by Paolo Bikini. Shannon Marie Collins and Dr. Brown, please come forward. Shannon Collins earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. The title of Shannon's dissertation is Hybrid Liposome and Outer Membrane Vesicle Drug Delivery Vehicles, a Trojan Horse Approach. Shannon will be hooded by Angela Brown. Miriam Davaran and Dr. Schultz, please come forward. Miriam Davaran earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. The title of Miriam's dissertation is Rheologic Characterization of Cell-Mediated Degradation of a Paracellular Region with a Well-Defined PEG Peptide Hydrogel. Miriam will be hooded by Kelly Schultz. Xiaoshen Do and Dr. Berechevsky, please come forward. Xiaoshen Do earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering. The title of Xiaoshen's dissertation is Ultra-Wideband Electrical Sensing of a Single Live Cell. Xiaoshen will be hooded by Dr. Yevgeny Berechevsky. Chu Xiao Dong and Dr. Webb, please come forward. Chu Xiao Dong earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Chu Xiao's dissertation is Multiscale Simulation Studies for Mechanical Properties of Biological Proteins. Chu Xiao will be hooded by Edmund Webb. Xiaoten Du and Dr. Berdichevsky, please come forward. Xiaoten Du earned a doctor. Oh. We did this? Oh, we apparently have a duplicate card, so. Okay. Weizhou Zhou and Dr. Webb, please come forward. Weizhou Zhou earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Weizhou's dissertation is Molecular Dynamic Simulation of Wetting Phenomena for Nanoparticle Suspension Droplets. Weizhou will be hooded by Edmund Webb. Shabnam Gyasvand and Dr. Berdichevsky, please come forward. Shabnam Gyasvand earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering. The title of Shabnam's dissertation is In Vitro Assessment of Post-Traumatic Eleptogenesis. Shabnam will be hooded by Yevgeny Berdichevsky. Rehab Ahmed El-Zaini and Dr. Suleiman, please come forward. Rehab El-Zaini earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering. The title of Rehab's dissertation is Performance of Energy Piles Subjected to Axial and Lateral Loading. Rehab will be hooded by Mohamed Suleiman. Gabrielle Rosetta Esposito and Dr. Pearson, please come forward. Gabrielle Esposito earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Polymer Science and Engineering. The title of Gabrielle's dissertation is Mechanical Behavior and Characterization of SLS Processed PA11 for PA11 Silicon Nanocomposites. Gabrielle will be hooded by Raymond Pearson. Chi Guo and Dr. Nato and Dr. Queel, please come forward. Chi Guo earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering. The title of Chi's dissertation is Tunnel Linings Under Fire-Induced Heat Exposure, Thermal Demand Evaluation, and Structural Risk Assessment. Chi will be hooded by Clay Nato and Spencer Queel. Nasser Hadari and Dr. Diplis, please come forward. Nasser Hadari earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering. The title of Nasser's dissertation is Experimental Investigation of the Flow Dynamics Associated with the Development of Local Scour in the Vicinity of Leading Edge of a Sediment-Embedded Longitudinal Wall. Nasser will be hooded by Panos Diplis. Majid Jahani and Dr. Tkach, please come forward. Majid Jahani earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial and Systems Engineering. The title of Majid's dissertation is Efficient and Scalable Optimization Methods for Training Large-Scale Machine Learning Models. Majid will be hooded by Martin Tkach. Sikong Kwong and Dr. Davison, please come forward. Sikong Kwong earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Engineering. The title of Sikong's dissertation is Improving Semantic Representation in Bias Detection. Sikong will be hooded by Brian Davison. Sean Daniel McAnany and Dr. Jane, please come forward. Sean McAnany earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering. The title of Sean's dissertation is Femtosecond Laser Fabrication of Single Crystal Architecture in Glass for Use in Electro-Optic Devices. Sean will be hooded by Himanshu Jain. Sohei Sadagi, Escavari, and Dr. Paksad, please come forward. Sohei Sadagi Escavari earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Structural Engineering. The title of Sohei's dissertation is Adaptive Structural Health Monitoring Framework for Bridges Using Vehicle-Carried Sensors. Sohei will be hooded by Shamim Paksad. Megha Sharma and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Megha Sharma earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. The title of Megha's dissertation is Multiscale Control of Micro to Meso Structure of Carbon Molecular Sieve Powders, Films, and Membranes. Megha will be hooded by Mark Snyder. Bhavana Baleti and Dr. Paksad, please come forward. Bhavana Baleti earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Structural Engineering. The title of Bhavana's dissertation is Data-Driven and Hybrid Techniques for Localized Health Monitoring and Prognosis of Structures. Bhavana will be hooded by Shamim Paksad. Yi Wong and Dr. Chen, please come forward. Yi Wong earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering. The title of Yi's dissertation is Shear-Induced Extensional Behavior of Single Molecule von Willebrand Factor for Nanotherapeutics. Yi will be hooded by Zhuanhong Chen. Sahar Tahernajad and Dr. Ralphs, please come forward. Sahar Tahernajad earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial and Systems Engineering. The title of Sahar's dissertation is Two-Stage Mixed Integer Stochastic Bi-Level Linear Optimization. Sahar will be hooded by Theodore Ralphs. Pantia Zardashti and Dr. Spear, please come forward. Pantia Zardashti earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science. The title of Pantia's dissertation is Language Level Support for Persistent Memory. Pantia will be hooded by Michael Spear. Shadeh Alzatat, Zadang Parast Tafti, and Dr. Zhang, please come forward. Sajjad Al-Daset Yadant Parast Tafti earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering. The title of Sajjad Al-Sadat's dissertation is Useful Effects of Gene Modifications and Nanoparticle Isolation in Bacterial Systems and Human Mesenchymal Stem Cells. Sajjad Al-Dastat will be hooded by Zhuahui Zhang. Abdulaziz Mohammed Al-Asari and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Abdulaziz Al-Azari earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Abdulaziz's dissertation is Computational Study of Seawater Desalination Using Hollow Fiber Vacuum Membrane Distillation. Abdulaziz will be hooded by Alan Snyder. Chao Zhang and Dr. Guo, please come forward. Chao Zhang earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering. The title of Chao's dissertation is Improving Data Movement Efficiency in the Memory Systems for Irregular Applications. Chao will be hooded by Xiaochen Guo. Sumera Ambari Mebodi and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Sumera Ambari Mebodi earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. The title of Sumera's dissertation is A System Biology Approach to Understanding the Dynamics of Epithelial Tissue Packing and Growth. Sumera will be hooded by Alan Snyder. Muhammad Sahib Ali Atamimi, please come forward. No? Justin Christopher Goodrich and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Justin Goodrich earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering. The title of Justin's dissertation is Dilute Impurity, 3-Nitride Semiconductor Band Structure Modeling and Novel Oxide Dielectrics. Justin will be hooded by Alan Snyder. Surtak Kazman, please come forward. Daniel Ali Kiani and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Daniel Kayani earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. The title of Daniel's dissertation is Nature and Reactivity of Active Sites in Manganese and Sodium-Produced WOX Silicon Dioxide Model Catalysts for Oxidative Coupling of Methane Under Operating Conditions. Daniel would be hooded by Alan Snyder. Joydeep Munshi and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Joydeep Munshi earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. The title of Joydeep's dissertation is Organic Photovoltaics, Process-Driven Morphology and Properties of Bulk Heterojunction Thin Films. Joydeep will be hooded by Alan Snyder. Pan Ni and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Pan Ni earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering. The title of Pan's dissertation is Novel Materials for Removing Dissolved Silica, Boric Acid, Zinc, and Contaminants of Emerging Concern from Water. Pan will be hooded by Alan Snyder. Sagar Sorev, please come forward. Lohit Sharma and Dr. Snyder, please come forward. Lohit Sharma earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. The title of Lohit's dissertation is Natural Gas Conversion Using Sulfur-Tolerant Catalyst. Lohit will be hooded by Alan Snyder.
The following graduates are receiving a master's level degree. Aditya Chetan Mita.
Jenna Marie Figliano. Jenna Marie Figliano.
Yuchin Pan. Yuchin Pan. Karan Jayesh Patel. Shuanchi Wei.
John Ronald Logan, Jr. Elizabeth Jean-Hee Kim. Shane Alexander Hansen. Tiffany Cherie Jackson.
Nicole Ashley Malofsky. Dorikia Martin.
Miriam Ather Khan. Cody James D'Ambrosio.
Prathmesh Tanashi Power. Jake Sebastian Mella.
Sadashiva Satish Karki.
Shuanchi Wei.
John M. Larangera.
Rashmi Yalapu Varaha.
Xu Jia Liu.
Ruth Densamo.
Sinchin Ghosh.
Ruth Densamo.
Ziyin O Young.
Brajesh Kailash Goharia.
Shahao Ning.
Sagar Sharad Bani.
Abdul Moise Gul. Sean Richard Conway.
Kevin Paul Wyckoff.
Elizabeth N. Duong. Kayla Lynn Gradwall.
William Anthony Paracchio. Tara Lynn Reddington.
Bartolomé Constante Bonsevich. Logan Matthew King. Robert Stockton Cole III. Rachel Hamburger. Ethan James Hahn. Kinga Kuczynski.
Joan D. Stanescu.
Rebecca Lillian Inzer. Si Zhen He. Jane Lay.
Syed Abdul Bashir Sadat.
Emma Louise Kwasnowski.
Akash Bikram Rana.
Eric Joseph Dyke.
Weichong Chian. Namya Elsa Tupali.
Neeraj Sandesh Dedriker.
Roland Lutz Novak. Anurag Yeteen Mehta. Christian Fernando Torito. Sophia Rebecca Ramirez.
Nicholas Gerard DeMarco. Dylan Allen Ammerman.
Yue Wu.
Thomas Joseph Agate. Xiang Li. Sophia Delavin Eschenbach Smith. Jacob Benjamin Baer.
Michelle Chloe Nissan. Christopher Romano.
Emma Virginia Hillman.
Elizabeth M. Turi.
Daniel Joseph Fay.
Christina Elizabeth Bikingstad.
Saketh Satvik Lingam. Paul Stephen Groholski.
Kush Pravin Kumar Trivedi.
Nico Jeffrey Lestowskis.
Anam Nikhil.
Spencer McIntosh Luba. Nellie Chepkurui Chariot.
Adam Gregory Wiley.
Michael Levin.
Brian James Young. Peyton Ann Miles.
Joel Scott Benko.
Alexa Lee Nunamaker. Ryan Anil Seth. Autumn Lynn Ryan. Nea Vijay Mandayani.
Alexandra Latta.
Emily Lauren Pellegrini.
Joseph William Lobeck. Jeffrey Earl Dicker. Marcus Mina Gishango. Peter Guadagno.
Wei Penn.
Connor J. Leach.
Owen Francis Quinn.
Madison A. Gianelli.
Jainam Sunil Sheth.
Haoming Fu. Patrick Hall Champagne.
Bayu Shang. Kian Robert O'Brien. Sudeep Pradeep Metha. Isabel Hanale Steinthal. Ved Hiran Kumar Patel. Shintan Bhavesh Shah.
President Simon, I present to you the graduates and candidates for the interdisciplinary programs from the College of Business and the P.C. Rossin College of Engineering and Applied Science for the degrees of Master in Science and Analytical Finance and Master of Business Administration and Engineering. Will the 2020 graduates with these degrees please rise? President Simon, each of these graduates completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization and is presented to you for recognition of that degree.
Graduates, I congratulate each of you for having been conferred the degree of Master of Science in Analytical Finance or Master of Business Administration and Engineering with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2020 master's degree graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. Will the 2021 candidates for these degrees please rise? President Simon, each of these candidates has completed the requirements for the master's degree in a field of specialization, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees, is presented to you to receive that degree.
Candidates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Science in Analytical Finance or Master of Business Administration and Engineering with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please recognize the 2021 master's degree graduates with our hearty congratulations and applause. The ushers will now bring these graduates forward to be individually recognized.
Benjamin Lawrence Durkee.
Matsela Zechariah Matsela.
Yu Chung Tsai.
Let's give all of our graduates a hearty round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you. We wish all of you success in your futures and a day of joyful celebration. Following the recessional, please meet your graduates outside the stadium. And now, please rise for the Alma Mater.
Where the Lehigh's rocky rapids rush from out the west, mid a grove of spreading chestnuts, walls in ivy dressed, on the breast of old South Mountain, against the sky stands our noble Alma Mater, stands our dearly high. Like a watchman on the mountain stands she grandly bold, earth and heaven secret seeking, hoarding them like gold. All she does from nature's storehouse, naught escapes her eye. Gives she gladly to her dear ones, while we bless Lehigh. We will ever live to love her, live to praise her name, live to make our lives add luster to her glorious fame. Let the glad notes wake the echoes, joyfully we cry. Hail to thee, our Alma Mater, hail, all hail, Lehigh! Congrats, everyone!